Hi there. Today, at the request of a comment by a subscriber, I'm going to take a quick look at the advanced greening up option. You'll be familiar with the idea of greening up, and the profit or the loss that you green up to is spread evenly across the field. And as you see here, I've opened up a position on this particular match at Kawasaki. 1-all at half time. I've just placed a back on the draw at 2.92. And obviously I can green up at any time by clicking on this button here. What you can do, however, is configure Fairbot to allow you to green up in a skewed fashion where you'll favour one particular outcome against the rest. Now you need to enable that by default. It's switched off normally. If you go up to the Tools option, choose Options here, and then go to the Greening Up tab and switch on Enable Advanced Greening Up. Click on OK, and you'll now see that we have a little drop-down box here, which opens up this dialog, and it allows you to adjust how you share that green up across the field. And normally that would be sitting at 50-50, or by default it triggers at 50-50. So if you click on this button or this button here, it would be spread evenly across the field. If you don't want that, simply adjust this option to whatever desired outcome you like and click on OK. Now, since we're at half time, there's no movement in the market at the moment. So what I'm going to do is we'll skip ahead into 5-10 minutes into the match, and we'll demonstrate that, looking at how these what if figures change as we adjust this slider. So back shortly. Okay, you see we're a good 5-6 minutes into the second half, and the time delay has started to kick in on the back on the draw. And so you'll see from the green up option here, we can click on there and put £3 across the field. But if we click on the drop down arrow here to pull up the advanced greening option, and we can adjust this to the left to put most of the profit on the other two outcomes, or adjust it to the right to put most of the profit on the draw. So effectively, if we take it all the way to the right, we'll get a free bet on the draw. If we take it all the way down to the left, we essentially get a free lay, if you like, on the draw. And that's it. A couple of things. First of all, to implement this advanced greening up option, you need to click on the drop down arrow and then click on the OK button. Looks like that might be a goal as I'm speaking. If you click on the button here, that will always do the split evenly across the field. So if you want to skew it, you have to click on that drop down arrow. And that's perhaps the reason I don't use this functionality, because as you're aware, I predominantly do things in running and horses, and things happen just too quickly to have those extra steps placed in. In addition, it's only available on a competitor by competitor basis. So in a 10-runner horse race, I might have 3 horses Dutched, and so I'd have to go into each one individually and do the skewing. That aside, what I should point out to you is that this setting here, irrespective of where you put this slider, so say for example you prefer to split it 20-20, so 20% on the selection you've done the trade on, with 80% going on to everything else. That setting is retained. So if I now move on to a different event and use this, that will still be set to 20-80. Indeed, if I go to a different Fairbot session the following day, that setting will still be there, as long as I have the option switched on in the greening up page with this switched on here. One other thing I should point out to you is that this functionality is not implemented in the automation side of things as Fairbot is concerned. The two greening up options, the green up all and the green up on selection, doesn't have a setting to allow you to specify a skewed green up. So that's another reason why I tend not to use it. Okay, so now that we're in profit, let's just put most of my profit on the draw. So pop it up over there, click on OK, and assuming that the bet gets matched, we'll find the profit split accordingly. Now, there's no reason why you can't. For example, later on in the match, where you think, let's say we're away up at 80 minutes, it's still a draw, but one of the teams is becoming more and more dominant in the match. You could decide, there might be a goal here soon. So you could go back in and adjust this. So you see, we've already greened up. We can adjust it accordingly. And say, okay, I don't think there's going to be a draw now. And we can do the split again. So that'll do the split. And of course, there's no reason for you or to stop you just clicking on this button here to then split it evenly. Okay, so that's the advanced green up option. You have to have it switched on in the options box up here that allows you to have this little drop down arrow here that brings up this dialog box. And you cannot use it in the automated side of things. Okay, hope you found that useful. Cheers.